What up, guys? Oh, happy 4th to all those true Americans out there. This ain't gonna be that long. I'm gotta go buy some furniture. Um, so I'm gonna try to get this done as quick as humanly possible, and then later on I'm gonna come back on probably on my gaming channel and do a gaming stream. It's just gonna be chill, no major, talking points. Just gonna try to have a little bit of fun. I'm not really doing anything for the 4th. I don't really celebrate holidays. But ones like the 4th matter because we have a lot of un-American people in this country, namely Black Lives Matter. And they're trying to change the way we live in this country. They trying to change everything. They believe that it's racist to celebrate the 4th of July. They believe the Declaration of Independence is racist. They believe the Bill of Rights is racist. They believe everything's racist. Saying you're not racist is racist. Like, I'm just so tired of these people, man. But the story I got for y'all today, the reason it caught my eye is because this is my bank. Truist or SunTrust slash BB&T is the bank that I use. One of the banks that I use. And they used to be two separate banks. They still kind of are, but they SunTrust bought BB&T, and then they merged and they started calling themselves Truist. But they still have the separate branches. They're just all under one big umbrella now. But I saw this story and I was like, wait a second. I was like, why in the hell? Hold on, let me make sure it's still in here. Oh, there it is. I was like, why in the hell are they upset about this damn bank? And I was like, what the fuck? And then here's the title, basically. Oh, let's see. Hold on a minute. Oh, okay. I clicked on it, and then the thing that popped up is protesters knocking down a Confederate monument with a sledgehammer. Great. It says Truist apologizes for his links to slavery, and the CEO said, "I will do everything I can to make it better." Let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. There is nothing that you can do about slavery. It happened a long time ago. There is nothing that you can do today that is going to fix what happened yesterday. Nothing. You cannot go back in time and retroactively fix something that happened. Especially something that happened hundreds of years ago. I mean, if this was 30 years ago, I could understand his statement. If this was 50 years ago, I could understand. But this is hundreds of years ago. I mean, his great-grandparents probably wasn't even born. But it says Truist, the sixth largest commercial bank in the United States, apologized and denounced its predecessor bank's role in slavery in a letter sent out Thursday to employees. And I want you to listen to this date. In 1872, two Confederate veterans and sons of a wealthy slave-owning planters, the Apophis branch, I guess is how you say it, and the Thomas Jefferson Hardy the Fourth founded the banking house branch, and let's see. No, I'm sorry, Hadley. Sorry, I got it wrong. I said Hardy, it's Hadley. Hadley in the town of Wilson. The institution would eventually become known as BB&T, and after the merger with SunTrust, renamed to Truist. So, let me get this straight. In 1872, some Confederates got together and they used the money that they made from slavery to create a bank. I want to stop it right there. Okay? Damn near everything in America today has some kind of link to slavery. Because back then, slavery was the biggest business. It was the most profitable business. It's how people made money back then. If you do this to this bank, every single bank has to put out a letter saying they're sorry. Because all of the banks are linked to slavery. Because they all funneled the money that slave owners made. They all shared that money equally. Washington, D.C., the White House was built by slaves. Everything is founded in some way, shape, form, or fashion by slavery. I think knowing and understanding that is better than trying to make people apologize for it. Apologizing for it ain't going to change it. But people having the knowledge that it happened, that it was a real thing, will help us prevent the chance of us repeating it again. I think having the knowledge is more important. Damn. Hey, Truth. Give some of them a break. Some of these new people to my channel don't have profile pictures, so give them a warning. But you ain't got to ban them. But the troublemakers, they got to go. I'm going to try to be generous here. Anyways, back to my point. I get it. Black Lives Matter is more powerful now than they've ever been. They have never had this much power. Like, most of the time, people just kind of say, all right, okay, we hear you. But now they are actually helping to create policy. Like, they're in certain towns, and in these certain towns, they are being given a seat at the table. Like, they're showing up at council meetings. They have a say-so. So they have a lot of power right now. And they're trying to take advantage of it. And a lot of people who are afraid of the fact that they have power right now are doing stuff like the CEO just did. He come out and apologized for something that happened in 1872. Hang on a minute. Let me calculate this and see exactly how goddamn long this is. Because I ain't doing the math off the top of my head. Fuck that. What's the point of having calculators? Okay, that's 148 years ago, according to this. All right, how many human beings you know live to be that age? How many human beings live to be that old? Nobody. So that means there is not a single person alive who is responsible for that. No one alive right now is responsible for anything that happened in 1872 at all. Guys, going back in time and trying to prosecute Southerners for using slavery in order to create other things like banks, schools, roads, bridges, like a lot of the stuff in the South is rooted in slavery, okay? But guess what, guys? The Rockefellers, the Carnegies, the Fords, you know those huge ass rich families? Y'all know who the Ford family is. You wouldn't have a Ford truck without them. You know who the Carnegies are. Carnegie Hall. Okay. The Rockefellers, everybody know them. Guys, they built the bridges, railroads, the electrical grid. They built all of this stuff. And you want to know who they were using to do this? Unskilled laborers from China. You can go look it up. They were using immigrants who came over on steamboats from China to build the railroads, to build all this other stuff. And they, even though they wasn't technically slaves, they were being paid slave wages. They lived in horrible slave conditions. This country has literally been built off the backs of the less fortunate. Okay? It is a fact. All these giant rich families, all these big names that you know, they got their wealth off the backs of the less fortunate. I told you people a long time ago, you do not get rich in this country without shitting on other people. You cannot make a lot of money in this country without doing something that's to the detriment of other people. You don't get rich by being nice. You don't become a billionaire by being nice. No, every billionaire has done something slimy, something low down, something that they can't look themselves in the mirror the next day after they've done it. Every single one of them. Like Bill Gates is one of the nicest people ever. He's a really nice man. I guarantee you he's done something that's just disgusting, and he knows it is. Something he'll probably never speak about ever again. Jeff Bezos. This guy has got $173 billion. You know he's done something slimy to get that money. You know it. Okay? You don't get that rich being nice. Exactly. That is a good point. No country is built without spilling blood. Every great empire in this world, people had to die in order to make it happen. People had to be enslaved in order to make it happen. Every great country, every great empire. I don't care what corner of the world you go to, somebody was beaten, chained, killed in the pursuit of a greater country or a greater thing. And here's something else that all the Black Lives Matter people who want to shut down banks now, here's something that they keep overlooking time and time again. Right here in the good old US of A, in the South, there were blacks who owned slaves. There were blacks who were able to get their freedom and turned around after they got their own freedom and bought other black people. It is a historical fact. You can read about it. You can look it up. Okay? There were blacks who owned other blacks. And let's not forget the African chiefs who sold their people to the white man so that they could save themselves. That's how the slavery trade began in the first place. The African chiefs of the tribes over there sold their own people so that they wouldn't have to be slaves. Okay? This is another historical fact. So let's stop pretending like white people just showed up out of nowhere and just took people. No, they paid for them. They gave money to the African chiefs who ran the tribes. They gave trinkets. They gave them gold and silver and all other sorts of things. So a lot of the slavery stuff couldn't have even began without African chiefs. Look, man, nobody cares what you have to say. You're one of these dumb young people who don't know anything, and frankly, I'm sick of you popping up in my damn chat. So fuck you, goodbye, because nobody cares about trolls anymore. The league is way past that, and that's all you doing is trolling. Goodbye. You get no response here, buddy. And if he come back, ban him again. Ain't nobody got time for that, guys. I told y'all, we better than that. The league is 100 times better than that. And we ain't doing that no more. Alright, let me read this here. I deeply regret and denounce the role that our heritage companies played more than 100 years ago to perpetuate the atrocity of slavery and the repression of its enslaved peoples and their descendants. CEO Kelly King said in an interview. I'm one of their descendants, and I'm not being repressed. Matter of fact, I got a lot of money in your bank. So is that repression? Am I being repressed? I got a lot of money in there. How in the hell is my bank oppressing me? How are they doing this to me? What, I'm not getting the same interest rate on my money as white people? Like spell it out to me. The only thing they've done is hold my money. That's it. They haven't done anything else. And they sent me out some debit cards and credit cards. Other than that, I don't remember my bank doing anything else to me. And I'm talking about Truist. That's the bank I use. That's the corporation I do business with. So I'm not just some a-hole jumping on here pretending. No, that's the actual bank that I deal with. So I'm trying to figure out why she apologizing to me for something that wasn't done to me. And she admits it's over 100 years ago. Why in the hell do we have to apologize for stuff that is over 100 years ago? Guys, I want y'all to imagine you're like 80, 90 years old and you have to apologize for something that happened in 2020. Think about how stupid that is. You're like 85, you walking around on your walker. Get up on stage. I just like to take this time out to apologize for being a loser-ass troll on the internet back in 2020. I'm getting ready to die next week, and I just wanted to get this out of my system. Like, fuck that. That's too long ago. And you're not even the person responsible for it. So you're apologizing on behalf of your predecessors. People who have been in the ground for a long time. They're dust. You're apologizing for dust. You don't even know where these people are buried. That's how long ago they died. But that's who you're apologizing for. I find that personally it makes me sad. It makes me very mad. I would do everything to make it better. King pledged more support for African American communities and said the bank will accelerate diversity efforts internally. So what does that mean? You're going to give more niggas jobs? You're going to put more money into communities? Have you guys noticed, and I'm sure y'all have. I'm not going to talk to y'all like y'all stupid. Have you noticed every time white folks get attacked with some form of racism, the first thing they do is reach in their pocket and start giving money to niggas? Have y'all not noticed that trend? Because that's the only thing that niggas really want. They want free money. I keep telling y'all this. I'm not wrong. They want free money. And every time they attack somebody, the person who gets attacked immediately goes in their pocket. Look, I don't know what I can do, so we're going to give more money for African American outreach and all this and all that. Every stinking time. Let me get my strip club money here. This just some ones I had left over from buying something to eat. I'm not doing no flexing, but this is just a demonstration. Because I know these niggas like, oh, there he go flexing again. Nah, this is just some dollars. Your company was founded on racism. Oh God, here, take it. That white man over there looked at me funny. Oh, here you go. The national anthem is racist. Oh God, more money. That's how it goes. Have you guys not noticed this trend? My grandmama's mama was a slave. Really? Oh, here. 400 years ago, my great super great industrially ultra great ancestor was hit by a whip. Oh God, take it all. That's what happens every time. It is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. There is no reason to keep giving these people money for stuff that happened so long ago that most of us don't even know or care about it. You want to know why racism is declining? Like, they like to tell you that racism is on the rise. But actually it's not. Racism is declining because people are broke. And folks only care about one color right now. This damn virus has people broke. Folks are out of money. So all they care about is one thing. Green. Don't nobody care about all this stupid racism stuff. How can I get paid? That's what's on everybody's mind right now. How can I get out there with all this virus stuff going on and make some money? I know I don't care about this at all. Racism don't matter to me even a little bit. Let's see. And I'm trying to make sure see if that's the end of the article or not. Okay, Truist joins Wachovia, later bought by Wells Fargo and J.P. Morgan. Oh, by the way, J.P. Morgan, this man was so powerful. Like, if you guys haven't watched the documentary on the History Channel, it's called The Men Who Built America. J.P. Morgan had his hand in everything. This guy literally controlled the stock market. He controlled everything. This man was so powerful. And he got a lot of his money from slavery. A lot of the money that his dad handed down to him came from slavery. I don't know why in the hell people try to overlook this stuff. The guys who built this country were loaded with cash that they inherited from old white men who inherited it from people who owned slaves. The people who owned Wells Fargo. Guess where a lot of that money came from, guys? You guessed it. It came from slavery. You can't get around it. Okay? You can't get around it. Yeah, J.P. Morgan is the company that funded Tesla. You wouldn't have Tesla cars right now were it not for J.P. Morgan. When Tesla didn't have any money and he wanted to show off his new electrical current that he created, J.P. Morgan is the guy who funded all that. Like, you guys need to go back and do some history, man. I'm telling you. These men came from money that came from slavery. It's just the way it is. It says, and here it is right here. Both apologized in 2005. That's Wachovia, Wells Fargo, J.P. Morgan. It's all basically one conglomerate now. They apologized before the... wait a minute. Yeah, let me make sure I read it right. Yeah, here it is. After municipalities across the United States began to prod banks with which they did business to acknowledge their profits from slavery. They acknowledged their profits from slavery, according to this. So that means J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo, Wachovia Bank. They all admitted that, yeah, our money came from slavery. That's where it began. Because guess what, guys? That's where most of the money from these banks and other big organizations came from. There is no way around it. So everybody needs to apologize now. I guess. I don't know. Frankly, I don't give a shit. But all these big organizations, the power companies, water companies, everything, guys, and I mean everything, came from rich, powerful men. And those rich, powerful men got their money from other rich, powerful men who got their money from slavery. Basically what I'm saying is, get the fuck over it. 1872. So now we got white folks going all the way back to the 1800s to apologize. What's next? The 1600s? Do the descendants of Christopher Columbus need to apologize? What about Leif Erikson? Do he need to apologize? He found America before Columbus did. Do he need to apologize for being, on this soil? Like, how many other people from the past need to apologize? Those countries over there, all those countries, they all had slaves of different colors. Far as I'm concerned, when it comes to America, the people who was done the worst were the Indians. Black people cry and complain about slavery. The Indians were wiped out. They didn't get a chance to be slaves. They were just simply killed off and had their land taken away. And they were all put on reservations, the ones that are left. And they given government status. Okay, but what do you think is worse? What do you think is worse? Slavery that lasted for a little while and then ended? Or your whole population being wiped out simply for being here? Indians didn't do anything to anybody. They got killed because white people wanted the land. That was it. That was the only excuse. We want that land. We got to get rid of them. Murder, 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 murder. The Indians are the only people, as far as I'm concerned, from that time period who have a real fucking right to complain. Niggas sitting in front of cameras doing live streams and videos right now, today, you have no right to complain about slavery. You have no right to whine about it. You never picked a piece of cotton. You never got whipped. None of that stuff happened to you. So you don't have that right. I think it's real stupid. I think making companies like Truist go back in time and apologize is really stupid. I think white folks giving their money away every time they get scared of black folks is stupid. There's nothing more embarrassing than getting scared and forking over all your cash because you're afraid of some motherfuckers. Black Lives Matter is a joke. They were a joke when they started and they're a joke now. Because they don't do anything about all the black people killing other black people. They only care about old-timey shit from 1872. They don't care about the black folks killing each other in Chicago from 2020. You know what we talked about last time we was on this channel. They don't care about that. They don't care about the last 2 weeks. Almost 200 people have been shot in Chicago. Over 20 are dead. And part of those are little kids. Black Lives Matter don't care about that. They don't care about niggas shooting niggas. But let a white dude come in there and shoot somebody. It'll be another riot. It's ridiculous. Black Lives Matter is a joke. Anyway, guys, I got to get dressed. Because I got to take my woman down here and buy this furniture. Or possibly buy this furniture. Depending on how much it costs. She's in there rearranging the living room so she could have a place for this new chair I'm finna buy. So, I think I spoke my piece. I feel like this is really dumb. This bank shouldn't have to go through this. But, it is what it is. I'll be back a little bit later. I'm going to jump on and probably do a gaming stream. Maybe about an hour of playing on my game. And just chilling with you guys. For those of you who show up. I know a lot of y'all don't care about gaming streams. But y'all know when it's one of my streams, it's going to be more than just gaming. We're going to talk about all kinds of crap. So anyways, I'll catch up with y'all when I get back.